Hello, everybody. Welcome in Chantilly. It's windy, so my hair. I have to turn myself. Part of that, the wind bring my hair like that. Maybe if I do that. How are you, all of you? Good, perfect. Hello, Suzanne. Hello, Natalie. Hello, Lynn. Blue sky day? True. Yes, I put a gray shirt the day of the cloudy day. I put a blue shirt the day of the blue sky. I'm a chameleon. Madame Nicola, hello. Ruth, how are you in New York? Yeah, the sky is beautiful. There's some some clouds, but you know, I do like that, and there is no more cloud. Look here, no clouds. The only clouds are my white hair. Have you done tours of Chantilly before, Patrick? For Higo, first time. You have to be careful, but there is a lot of bees, and the bees are quite annoying. So if sometimes you see me doing that, or doing something like that, it's just because I want to avoid the bees coming on me. So my friends, we are going to start the tour. There's just a bees next to me, and hello Guan and Kerry. They love you because you are so sweet. Yes, true. I've been eating so much sweet that they love my sweet Genève, but never the ground. What about Genève? Chantilly going to Genève. Ah, okay. I will be in Genève next week. I will do a tour in Genève next week, but on the ground. So, my friends, so you know where we are. My maps is on. I just paid 2,000 to have a honeybees next removed from inside the wall of my house. It's illegal to keep them in US. Okay, I don't kill them. I just push them away because that one is very, very wants to give me a little kiss, but I don't like that bees. I'm already engaged. Hello to from Indiana. So hello to the geography class of Philippe in Indiana. Bonjour les élèves de Philippe. So I hope you all of you speak French because it's going to be a tour in French. I'm joking. That's going to be in English. So my friends, we are in Chantilly. So do you know where is Chantilly? How far away from Paris? And wait, it's not Paris. So nobody know? No, you have no idea. 90 miles, okay. Okay. No, no, no. 1 hour from Paris. Yes, absolutely. Yes, 1 hour from Paris, more or less. South, west. Oh, Margaret. Just the opposite. Northeast. But that was a good try. I'm not pulling your leg, Margaret, but you were just the opposite. So yes, it's northwest. North. I'm saying stupid thing now. No, northeast of Paris. Many north, but on the way to Belgium. So we could say it's northeast of Paris. Ah, okay, that's the north, Margaret. Were you okay with the flooding in Paris? Yes, yes, no worries. It was just one underground station which was flooded, so it's not a big deal. Yes, there is a very important race every year, a very important horse race, absolutely. So let's start the tour, my friends. And if some arrive late, they will join us during the time. So I have got a map here to show you a bit how big is Chantilly, okay? And to show you where we are located. You can see it's a big map. So it means it's a big place. So this is the earth where it's a bit yellow, no, due to the dry in front. So this is the map. Oh gosh, it's moving. Oh gosh, so I'm turning myself because with the wind it's moving. So this is the map, and as you can see, it's quite big. You see here there is a red. You can make a red walk. If you do that, they consider that you are going to do 3 hours, 3 hours of walking. So you can see it's very, very big park. And so it's divided in two things, the gardens here and here, the castle by itself, and the stables. And here you've got the horse racing field. So, and you enter by here. This is the ticket office. The visit of the castle is 17 euro. If you want to come here, you have to pay 17 euro to visit the castle and the stable. So the tour is going to be divided in 3 parts. Today we're going to walk like that in the garden and outside of the castle to see what is the most iconic of this place. Another time, I will bring you inside the stables, inside the museum of the horse. Okay, that will be another time. And another time will be from home. I will do with you the inside visit of the castle. Have been filming. I've been taking pictures. So like that, you can visit the inside of the castle with me from home because the signal is much better than if I'm in the castle. So today, the tour of today, this is part one, if I can say, and this is going to be the garden and the castle. Part two will be the stable, and part three will be the inside of the castle. Okay, so let's start the visit of today, and let's speak about the history of the castle. So just have a kind of global view, a big pictures of the castle, and imagine you have got here 11 centuries of history. So this is the entrance. You see that the entrance gate of the castle, the parking is a bit over there. You have to park your car, €5 more. So it costs you 22 euro to come here. And if you go there, you have got the stables. So you see the stables, as you have seen on the map, they are not located with the castle. They are on the side of the castle. These are the stables. And here you've got another castle, just right here, which is named the Castle of Enghien. Enghien was a duke, and he built that castle. But this is not the famous castle of Chantilly that you came for the visit, and we're going to walk, and we're going to start by the garden, and for you to see. So we have got here what they call the amazing and the big entrance of the castle. So you can imagine that castle, when you were here in the year 1500, or 1600, 1700 by the time of Henri IV, and when you have got the big feast here, you can imagine how it was with all the coaches and all the horses which were arriving by this long alley, were arriving from Paris. Took them something like 4 hours by coach, and they were arriving here and they were making a huge festivity here. So just try to imagine how it was, and think that the castle, it's 11 centuries of history. So the castle has been started in the Middle Age in the 12th centuries, but from the 12th centuries we have nothing left. It was a small castle which has been bit by bit enlarged and changed the architectures according to the period of the time the castle has been built. And the person who really built the castle how you see today is the horse statue that we have got in front of us. That man is named his title was Connétable de France, so it's a very important title. And he was named Anne. Anne, that the first name, Anne of Montmorency. Anne, usually, it's a name for a lady, but believe me, he wasn't a lady. And this Anne de Montmorency, in the 16th century, so in the 1500s, he's going to completely rebuild this castle and give the vision of the castle you have nowadays. So this is a Connétable de France, Montmorency. Then the history of the Montmorency is going to be a little bit, how can I say, a little bit fighting times two times with the King of France. And the family of Montmorency, which is going to be then linked to the family of Condé, are going to be against the King of France, and they're going to be pushed away from France at the time of Louis XIV. But finally, the Duc de Condé came back, made a big battle for the King of France. He has been forgiven, and the King of France, Louis XIV, came here to make a few festivities. So the garden, uh, sorry, and the Montmorency. Petra, absolutely. What the question is, Linda? I wasn't looking at. I was looking at the bees. What the question is, Linda? Linda, Patrick, how does this castle compare to Versailles in opulence and size? So, it's smaller than Versailles, but it's very similar than Versailles the way it has been the global architecture. Why that? Because there is a main castle which is much smaller than Versailles, and it looks more like a Loire Valley castle from the Renaissance than Versailles, which has been built 200 years later. So it's different. It's look more like Chambord or Cheverny in the Loire Valley. But a part of that, you have got exactly like in Versailles, you have got the garden, the French garden, that's where we are now. And you have got a little farming place, exactly like the Trianon in Versailles, where Marie Antoinette was. And so all together, you have got the same things as in Versailles, French garden, farming place like the Trianon, and the castle by itself. What changed from Versailles? It's really the size of the castle. So let me show you a first view on the castle, and then we go to the garden, and we come back to the castle after that. So here is the front entrance of the castle. So from that place, you don't have a vision of the water. We have to turn around the castle, and we are going to do that, don't worry, to see the back of the castle with all the water. That castle that you see now has been completely rebuilt by the last son of the last king of France. The last king of France is Louis Philippe. He has got a son named Duke of Aumale, who was in France in 1840 when Napoleon III took the power, and he had to move out of France. He has to exile himself because he was against the emperor. So he had to move and exile himself in England. And when the emperor of the French, Napoleon III, is going to be dismissed, he's going to come back in France. And he's going to completely rebuild that castle stone by stone, exactly like it was in the 16th centuries. Because during the French Revolution, they demolished the castle stone by stone. So what you see here, it's exactly like it was in the 16th centuries, but it has been rebuilt in the 19th centuries. Okay, 300 years later. So, of course, in the castle, you have got lots of hunting because the Duke of Aumale was a huge hunter and he loved hunting. So, you are going to see lots of skirting or things which are linked to the hunting. Yes, it has been exactly rebuilt. So, you see, part of the castle You see walls. You see here, for instance, you see a tower which is like the Middle Age. As maybe some of you arrive a little bit late, never forget that the origin, the castle, was from the 12th century and it was a Middle Age fortress. Okay, so you will see part of the architecture which is like the Middle Age, and then you are going to see most of the architectures is like from the Renaissance. I think today I may have again like last Monday when I was in Honfleur and I got a lot of postcards taken. Maybe I'm going to get I'm going to be at the top of the chart of the postcard taken today because it is it's a mood. Oh, there's a cloud now which is hiding the sun. Look, we just have got the sun is just in this cloud. Thank you. So I will go in the entrance part of the castle, but we're not going to make the visit of the castle, which is in fact inside the castle. It's like the Louvre Museum. It is the second largest museum in France for classic art. And the Duc d'Aumale, the owner of the castle, was a huge collectioner, and he was collectioning. He was buying some of the most important painting in the world. You know, the three grass from Raphael are here. Okay, some of the most important painting are in this castle, and I will do that in the second part of the tour when you will see the castle from the inside because a part of that it's a bit difficult due to the signal to make the tour inside. But already I show you. Yes, absolutely, MB. So it's worth a visit. It's like Versailles. Here you come for the day because you take 1 hour to come from Paris and 1 hour to go back. You have got a restaurant here, so I really advise you to come here for. I mean, half day if you really want to do in hurry. But if you want to do the garden, the farming place outside, the castle, and the stable that will take you the full day. Yes, yes, you've got a direct train to Chantilly. Okay, me. Oh no, from the airport, if you come from Charles de Gaulle, it's maybe 20 minutes. What are the oval bar and the lower part? So, which oval bar? Um, uh, Marcia, Joy, which oval bar are you meaning? Chantilly. Chantilly, this is the name of the location, but it's also a very famous name, because this is where they have been inventing la crème chantilly, you know, the the cream with chantilly cream in the wall. Okay, I'm going to try to see what you mean in the wall. Uh, just trying to find out what you are meaning. You mean these windows or? Ah, yes, yes, yes. Lace too. But you see, myself, I'm thinking about my stomach, so I think about the chantilly cream. So that's what you see in the chapel. This is the chapel of the owner. So I just try to look what Joy asked me. I'm so sorry, Joy. I don't see what you mean by round column. Uh, you mean the pink one over there, maybe? You mean the pink one over there? Oh, the chantilly cream. Yes, chantilly cream has been invented by here. You know, we have got. Um, we call it. We call it when we speak about French gastronomy, we speak about the French exigence, meaning we are very strict about gastronomy. And the bottom close to the ground. The bottom close to the ground. You mean this round? This? That's for light? I don't know, Joy, sorry. If that's what you mean, one is for the light, and I don't know what the true one I use for. And here, the Duc d'Aumale, no, the windows. Uh, oh, this is just windows. Uh, on the short wall, yes, this is, you mean that? This is just the window of the basement. No, the ground, so, sorry. Uh, yeah, the bar is to avoid the people to go through. It's to avoid the people to enter by there. It's a protection. And so, Vatel, which is the French cook, the very famous French cook, once he was there to welcome the King of France, Louis XIV. And he was hired by the Duke d'Aumale for this preparing the dinner for the King of France. And Vatel have ordered to Paris fish. And he prepared an incredible, I mean, he was thinking to prepare an incredible fish food. But the fish didn't arrive on time. And for him, it was impossible to give to the King of France and to the Duke of Aumale such, such a bad treatment. And this incredible cook, Vatel, preferred to commit a suicide. You can imagine that? How? And researching that, this is the strict, the strictly, I mean, not strictly, exigence, I don't know how to say that, that the French are very strict about cooking. Because you see, if he couldn't do what he was supposed to do for, he preferred to commit a suicide. So now we go back to the garden, and then we will go back to the, and then after that, we're going to go to the castle, the other side, because that's for me the best view on the castle is the other side. I want you to see the castle from all the sides. Really pretty, and the clouds are adding the beauty. Yeah. So don't forget, if you want to make the full tour by walking to the garden, it takes you 3 hours. So here, the garden are exactly the same as in Versailles and made by the same architect, mean le nôtre. Le nôtre is the French architect of the garden. So, like in Versailles, you've got water game, you've got pond, you've got fontaine, and you've got everywhere water and fontaine. And like in Versailles, they do times two times also kind of magical fairy for that. But here, it's very famous for the horse. So uh, they have got a competition and they have got horse show to show for when the show when the horse are learning. You know, not for the horse racing. They have two things. They have got the horse racing and the competition to teach the horse to do something. Yes, like to training horse. Yes. So that's what we call. You see, we call it the monumental stairs. So you see the stairs by where you go down from the castle to the garden. And you see here you've got huge fontaine and statue which look a bit like antique decoration, you know. This is exactly like when you leave Versailles, but by the door to go to the garden. You've got exactly the same idea. So this is a Renaissance castle, okay? You have been with me a month ago in Pierrefonds, which was a middle-aged fortress, if you remember. So you see very well the difference between a middle-aged fortress and a residential Renaissance castle. I'm going to keep for you what I think are the best image from the castle. We're going to go to the back of the castle and we will have the sun in our back. And if the sun is there, we're going to have got the sun which are going to reflect. I mean, the castle is going to reflect in the pond, and that's absolutely fabulous. So this is the French garden. So never forget the difference between French garden and English garden. A French garden has, as you can see, what is missing here? What you don't see? You see grass, you see fountain, you see statue, but what you don't see? What there is not? Flowers, absolutely in that. A French garden, as you can see, have has never flowers. The beauty of the garden has to be given by the patterns of the grass. So we are going to make geometric patterns which are going to be repeated. So you see, like here, for instance, see it's like an omega. If you look clearly, it's like an omega. You see a line and a round, and that's going to be repeated 1, 2, 3, 4 times, plus one in the middle. So you see, it's like if you make one pattern and you repeat it at each corner of the main ground, and that's what we call a French garden. Chateau is French for castle, absolutely. And also, we are going to cut the trees like lollipop. You see, look at these trees over there. They are all cut like lollipop. And if you look behind, you've got the English garden. You see, the English garden is going to have like a forest, like a maze. You see, they don't. There's not that. It's not strict, and it's going to get flowers. So very different French garden and English garden. Let's go back to our castle to have got now that view that you haven't seen so far from the castle, from the east side of the castle. Quite pretty, no? So if you have been with me last week in the tour of Le Marais, and when I explain you the architectures of Le Marais, look carefully here. You are going to find a bit the same idea. You see, you don't have many floors, okay? You don't have many floors. Look, you have got the basement, the ground floor, then you've got the first floor, and then you've got the attics. So you see, the castle in the Renaissance times were always 3 to 4 floors. And if I zoom a bit on it for you to see better, so let's see now some details of the castle by zooming on it. Of course, you see the huge chimney. The castle was only warmed up by the chimney, and so you have got huge chimney to have got a lot of capacity of pulling the hot air out. So the castle, the first castle is from the 12th century. The castle we see now is from the 16th. This part was at the 16th. That part has been destroyed at the revolution and rebuilt exactly the same in the 19th. Okay? So that was preserved in the revolution and that was destroyed. But you see, when they rebuilt it, they built it exactly how it was. see what I said for the tree? When I say like lollipop, you see how the trees are cut, strict to make an alley? That's exactly what you imagine from a French garden. And you see the opposition between the French and the English garden. Look at French way, English way. Very messy. French way, very strict, beautiful. You see? French aesthetic, French attitude. Oh, that oak tree. You see that? The English is starting. There is here a bit of flowers, and you're going to arrive. It's going to be like a forest. You see? You can see that you can immediately see the difference in between the two types of garden. So we pass a little bit by this forest to go to the north side of this castle, which is the side from the Middle Age. And look at it. You know, I love suddenly the castle seems to just arrive like that in your vision. Hello, Patty. You see, it looks like the castle suddenly arrive on your image, like if you were switching on a TV. I hope this group of people are going to move out of my camera. Go, go, go. Don't stay in front of my camera. I'm going to make like a you know, the an animal. So, I make a kind of big noise. So that they're going to worry that the cow is coming. Just to make them worry. Ah, let's go, let's go. Why they just take a pictures? Another one take another pictures. That's going to be long because if everybody comes to make the pictures, anyway, we're going to. Okay, we can move. Great. Now I can make mine. You see, I also can do pictures of me in front of the castle. You know, why not me? Ah, wow, I come back on the castle. No, that will be better than me. Here you see there is a lot of things in the garden. So, for instance, here if you go there, um, you will go to the Temple of Venus because there is a lot of ponds, and each of these ponds are giving you a different little scenery. But ourselves, we are going to stack on the castle today, and we are going to have got this vision, and then I'm going to move the other side, and you are going to yeah, and you are going to see. Or the other day, you know, I look at the comments. If you look at the comments on Honfleur, somebody put a review and he said, "Why that stupid guide? He's giggling. He's eating an ice cream, and he just passed in the city without giving any historical information. I just give him a 2 star." Well, I'm so disappointed. Yes, absolutely. Because it's not a middle-aged castle, you know. If you go to Cheverny, or if you go to Chambord, you will see exactly the same time of round tower with a round dome. Okay. Okay, Fraser. But I'm not sure I'm agreed that I do agree to sell it because, of course, this is my own castle. Or this is my second house, you know, and I'm not sure I want to sell it. But anyway, if you make a good offer, I will. I always can consider it. Okay, just come back privately to me, and just tell me if you go, how many zero you put on the check. Try to think about at least 7 0. That will be good. Start from 7 0. And so now I'm going to go with you that side. So you see now we are another part of we're another side of the park, completely different. You see, and the temple of Venus is over there. I just zoom on it. You see over there, this is the temple of Venus. It's a good place to give a date, a little kind of little secret temple in the middle of the park. There's a pond next to it called Venus. Could be dam with the base in water. Nobody is living inside. No, no, no. It's a national heritage. So now I'm going to be very serious guy. I'm not going to laugh anymore, and I'm only going to give you a very boring information. So the castle is precisely 65 meters on his right angle. The tower is made from a limestone, which is coming from the village of Soupe-sur-Loing, which is located 60 miles away from Paris in the county of Saint-Emane. So the village is always very well frequented, and many people come from the famous chicken with parsley. And that's good, no? That's another way of guiding. I can do it. It's not because I laugh, I'm not serious, isn't it? The oval window is bar. Stop speaking about the oval window is bar. So now we need to see the other side of the castle. So like that, you will have seen every side. And now I think this is the best postcard view that I'm going to show you. Of course, I don't mean the beans, but the beans is useful because I've got a bottle of water to throw away, so I can throw it in the beans. Now you can say this is a guide which is throwing his bottle in the beans. But now I think around here we are going to have maybe for what I consider to be maybe the most beautiful vision of the castle because it's reflecting in the water and with the sun on it, it's absolutely marvelous. Let me go to the best position, which I hope will be your best postcard. Look at that. Wow, 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 wow. Isn't it good? Just double wow, I was expecting a triple wow. Okay, great, Fraser. You get it. I send you my PayPal account. Thank you, Linda. Oh, one incredible wow. It's beautiful. We're laughing, but it's absolutely gorgeous, no? And we have got the reflection. I put my finger inside. We have got the reflection of the castle. Did the Duke actually use all this room, or were there more? No, no, no. The Duke of Aumale used it as a museum. So at the end of his life, he has been collecting so many painting, sculpting, furnitures from all over the world, and they are so from Giotto to Raphael, to Delacroix. Uh, you know, the list is too long to say it. And he has been collecting that on all the rooms of the castle. In fact, I mean, not all the rooms, but three-quarters of the rooms were dedicated as a museum. The rest of the room were the private apartments where he was living, and then also a dining room and that kind of things when he was receiving people. But the three-quarters of the castle has been used as a museum. And when he died, he didn't have any heir. There were four brothers, which were the four sons of Louis Philippe, the last king of France. And when he died, he had the brother were dead. He had no son, so he decided to give the castle to the Institute of France, which is a kind of national heritage institute. Yes, of course, it's open to visitors. Yes, 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 yes. I did. Uh, I went inside before the tour to make all the pictures on all the video and to check the signal. And the signal was not so good, so I decided that I would do the tour from home. So I'm going to put all together all the pictures on the video have been taken from the inside to be able to show you the castle from the inside on all the rooms of the castle. So we're now going to go back and pass by the inside to finish our tour. So I really hope you enjoyed that visit. Just swim missing. Yeah, I wasn't thinking you can't swim here. It's not authorized. Swan. Sorry, I thought you meant swimming. Swan. Yeah, there is no swan. They have got ducks and fish. I don't know because I have to prepare it, have to put all the pictures together and I have to make the speech about it. So maybe take maybe in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I don't know. It's just a time for me to prepare it because it's always quite long. I don't know the exact numbers of room, but the rooms which are open to the public from the museum are around 40, plus around 15 for the private apartments. So I should say more than 50 rooms, but because some of the rooms are really big, some of the rooms it's a gallery. So there are, for instance, like that, like the Mirror Gallery in Versailles, is going to be one room, and I do a little vertical one. Let's be crazy. And don't forget that I will also do a tour from the horse. And so you see, you will be able to see that when I will do the horse part. Hmm, a horse poo. That's really good. That's a good smell. I nearly walk in it when I was too big. No, what you can. Yes, the chapel is here, but the chapel is not a chapel. The chapel is part of the museum. And look, but you've got really, real horse inside. You see, in the stables, there is real horse. And when I will bring you to the stable, you will see the horse. But that I will have to do that quite a little bit early because the stable are closing early. Name some of the famous royalty and nobility who visited here. Well, the most famous of all of them is Louis XIV. And the castle was belonging first to the family of Montmorency and then to the family of Condé. Condé and Montmorency are two of the most famous French family. We are weekday, So Condé is quite tourist, but it's a weekday, so a weekday it's always a little bit less visiting. So this is the shop of the castle. You see, we pass by the. This is where you can buy all the stuff of the castle. So this is the inside, and here you've got a bathroom. Oh, you've got some Roman soldiers, and here you've got a restaurant, and the restaurant is named La Capitainerie, and you see, it's called also Les Cuisines de Vatel. Vatel is a French cook that I spoke who committed suicide here because he couldn't get the fish on time. And that's the menu if you want to eat here. But it's reasonable, no? You can have a main course for 23 euro. You can have a dessert for 13. You can have a starter for 14. You see, that's like a kind of a 50 euro. You've got a kid menu at 17. And if you had some wine, you can have a bottle here for 20. No, that's a half one. 26 Vaucluse, 36 Bordeaux. So you see, well, let's say you can eat for 60 euro in a fantastic place. You also can leave if you want a review. You have to flash the QR code and you can leave a review. My friend, I've been very happy to be with you. I hope you enjoyed this tour. Yes, good value. I hope you enjoyed. We see we make a loop. We come back where we started, and that you discover with me this beautiful castle of Chantilly. I say Chaly because that's the tour I do tomorrow. Chaly, the Abbey of Chaly. If you haven't seen it, come with me. It may be raining. I hope I can do it. I hope I don't have to cancel it, because unfortunately, my a friend of my wife, her father has passed, uh, and so uh, the ceremony has passed uh, today, and the ceremony is tomorrow. He's a Jewish person, so the ceremony is always very quick. So she has to go back to Paris for the ceremony, and she's going to take the car. So I hope the ceremony is going to be fine, and that hope she will be back on time for me to have the car to go to Chaly, because a part of that, without car, I can't go to Chaly. And so, if I have to cancel tomorrow, it's for a sad reason, for friends, the father for friends of my wife, that make her go back to Paris for the day. But a part of that, I will be there with you tomorrow. Oh, it's not directly linked to me. It's the father of a friend of my wife. But anyway, it's always sad. My friend, thank you so much for having with me. Thank you, of course, for your donation. And because it's always long to come to prepare. And so I hope you enjoyed, and that you had a great moment with me. And so thank you to have been there. And see you tomorrow for Charlie, or see you next week. I've got a Manet tour. This is a home tour, but if you like Manet, come to see that. We speak about Manet, and we will describe one of his famous painting, which is l'Olympia de Manet. That will be a great home tour about one of my favorite painters. Thank you so much for having with me. Thanks a lot again. Thank you. Thank you for the donation, of course. Thank you so much. Take great care of yourself. See you soon. Bye bye.